Hi everybody. Oh, I have two microphone positions here for my two different body positions that I'll be taking during the live broadcast. So anyway, welcome to the Self-Sewn Wardrobe podcast and live broadcast. I am your host, Mallory Donahue, and if you're listening to this via podcast, you might want to consider joining the Facebook group. It's a fabulous place to be. Hello to Kate and Stephanie and Betsy and Bethany. That was a nice little rhyming quadruplet of seamstresses there. And hi, Mom. So we have a fabulous Facebook group. Everyone's very supportive. Hey, Lauren. And yeah, it's just a great place to be. And hi, Melissa. So today we're talking about the made-to-measure leggings again. Hello, Elaine and Glenda. And Beverly. And this live broadcast is for Beverly, really. It's a good thing to discuss, but Beverly asked this question, and I'm glad she commented because I couldn't remember who had asked the question, and now I know that she did. So, hey, Sandy and Kim. Okay, so I'm talking about maternity leggings and crotch curves, and this really applies to people, like to everybody, not just people who are or may become pregnant. It's, me being pregnant is sort of like a really extreme example of the difference between like your belly and the rest of your body. So if you feel like you have a large belly, this is a really good broadcast to watch, even if you're not pregnant. And, all of us have different parts of our bodies that are like bigger or smaller than sort of the quote norms that may be in normal or in commercial patterns. Okay, so just keep that in mind as I talk about this. And hey, Lauren and Marisa. Okay, so what I want to talk about first are crotch curves. I did publish a blog post about this, and I think I did a pretty good job in the blog post of clarifying the crotch curves, and I think we might even be able to just like put a little video into the leggings class to help clarify this for people, because it is the one place where you can get like kind of a funky fit. The only people who've had, like, the only problems we've really seen are when people have extra fabric, like in their crotch area and stuff. And we will be able to fix that with this. And hello, Joyce. She says she's new and has not joined a live broadcast yet. Good to see you. Okay, so Mom, Ziti, who teaches the online class this time around, she is what many people would classify as a petite person, okay? She's not really super big, especially in the bottom half of her body. Now, she's got a bust for sure. She's got like small waist, small rib cage, and then large cup volume. So I think, I can't remember what her bra size is, and it does change, but we mentioned it in a podcast at some point, and it's like a 32 double D or something like that. So anyway, why I bring this up is when Mom drafts her leggings, and let's see if I can do this on camera. Okay. Let's just do this for now. Okay, when Mom drafts her leggings in the made-to-measure leggings class, we plot some points, okay? We take some measurements, we plot some points, we tell you what to do, and then she draws a curve, and she uses a ruler called a dressmaker's curve, and actually I have one of those right here. Haha. Breaking my rule. Okay, so this is not like exactly to scale, but we use the dressmaker's curve to draw our crotch curves. And when Mom uses the dressmaker's curve in the video, her curve, actually I didn't do too bad of a job demonstrating this. When she lays the dressmaker's curve onto her crotch curve, the ruler actually makes her perfect crotch curve. Okay, so stay with me now. So this is about Mom's crotch curve, let's pretend. Okay, and the ruler just fits so nicely there, and it was easy to show in the class, and she you know, that was that, okay? Her curve was fairly easy to draft. Now, those of you ladies who, and gentlemen, who have a larger difference between your thigh and waist, you are probably the people who are really excited about leggings class for one reason, because you have a hard time finding the right size either in ready to wear or in commercial patterns, okay? So your waist measurement might have been kind of like similar to ZD's maybe, or maybe a little bigger, but then your thigh was maybe a lot bigger than hers, making your pattern look like this. And who knows, maybe your rise is a little higher too, I don't know. Okay, so you had a wider thigh measurement here. That's your thigh down there. So when you held up the dressmaker's curve, it didn't fit as nicely as it did with ZD's. And maybe you tried to make the entire crotch curve using the ruler, okay? And what this does is it puts extra fabric in the butt and the front crotch area. And that is what will cause those lines. So really, what we want to pay attention to when we're drafting our crotch curves in leggings class is this right angle at the back and the right angle that you get at the front, okay? So let me just do a little bit of labeling here. This is our thigh, whoop, and oh God, that was beautiful, okay. And then this is the back, and this is the front. Okay, our leggings are only one pattern piece, and our leg is like down here, the rest of our leggings pattern piece. So anyway, really, a lot of us are going to have the same crotch curve, and I think what I hear in your little self-sewn warlord brains is, but my body is so different from ZD's, from Mallory's, from whoever's, okay, from the skinny girl in the yoga pant commercial, from the model, whatever. Well, I use the exact same technique and the same crotch curve, and my leggings fit me well too. So let's talk about this. And now I'm going to stand up and adjust my microphone. Okay, well, part of this is showing already. Do you guys see my belly? Like, like it's really big, okay? So my pregnant belly is very large, okay, in proportion to the rest of my body, right, everybody? Okay, and that's, you know, that's being pregnant, and that's fabulous. But that can happen for people who are not pregnant. It can happen for people who have medical issues where they bloat or something like that. It can happen for so many reasons. And so Beverly asked, she said, what did Mallory's crotch curve look like? What did Mallory's legging pattern look like for, you know, her belly, for her pregnant belly? And so I have on a pair of leggings that we drafted, and then I also have a pair here that it's the same pattern, but it's not on my body. And I'm going to fold it in half here. I'm going to put one leg inside the other so you all can see what's going on here, and you'll see like kind of half my pattern piece, or half of my leggings, like my whole pattern piece here. I'm going to fold them in half again, okay? And check this out. They're just super duper duper long in the waist. Okay, so I'm wearing these black ones right now, so I'm going to stand up and show you those. Okay, black. It can be kind of hard to see on the live broadcast, okay? And a few of you asked that I model some different maternity leggings for you, and so I'm going to oblige right now, so give me one moment, and I'm going to go change into this purple pair real quick. 1 second. Okay. Maybe that was a little more than a second. And so I'm wearing my crop top here. Okay, you can get these straight on my body. Yeah, Sandy says if we heard a loud crash, we could tell if I toppled over. All right, get these all straightened up. Now, these leggings, I'm going to turn to the side. I know that the live thing is like over my face. I'm turning to the back. Hello. Booty. Okay. Crotch. Crotch is looking good. Okay. I can move. All right. Okay. So anyway, keep that in mind. And I'm going to sit down again. Okay. So this pair of leggings, the first pair, the black pair, was made of a double brushed poly. And those are so stretchy. Like, I love that fabric for leggings. I really do. This is like an activewear fabric, and it's a little more stable knit. It's almost like a compression. Okay. So this pair, having been drafted 12 weeks ago, actually, when my belly was a lot different shape, it's not coming up quite as high. So that's because my body has actually changed, you know, in that amount of time. That's 3 months of growing a baby, right? So anyway, I just want to show you that it does accommodate a belly. Now, I'm not saying like that it will accommodate your belly and it will make it look like, you know, really flat and beautiful or anything like that, if it's not like that already. You know, they're not miracle pants quite yet. But even if you have a large belly, how that gets accommodated is when you measure your rise. So I measured my rise in the class. We have you put like a book or a yoga block between your legs and measure, and that tape measure went over my belly, and it'll go over your belly when you measure, and it'll go over your bum if you have a very voluminous bum, okay? And that's how you get that. When you measure your back rise, don't stick that tape measure up your butt crack, okay? No. Account for the buttocks, okay? Account for the curve of like your actual butt cheeks. Don't put it in your butt crack, otherwise it'll be like too tight in there. Unless some people were wanting to do the hack where you like put elastic up the back seam and you could accentuate your butt crack a little bit. So there you go. That's something. Now, so for a maternity legging, for my maternity leggings, my only difference here in my pattern, like the only thing that made it look really different from ZD's, was this really extended rise. The rise was almost the same in the front and back for me too. Elaine says, should the tape end where the book meets your body? Yeah, like, so the book's all up in your crotch, right? And you put it, now keep this in mind too, you put it as snug as you wish it to be. This will change depending on the type of genitalia the wearer has, okay? So, you know, don't put it like super snug if you're like afraid of getting a camel toe. I mean, we want it up there, but we don't want it like up there, okay? So then the tape measure falls down over your abdomen, and then boom, it hits the book, okay? So there's some flatness in your crotch area, all right? And actually, I don't know if I wonder if I can represent this two-dimensionally, but let me finish this thought real quick about the maternity leggings, because I just wanted to show you some ready-to-wear maternity leggings real quick. And I do know from talking to the people at the maternity store that some people go to the maternity store and they buy clothing and they're not pregnant, and it can be for medical reasons or for whatever reason, and they're just made out of a super duper stretchy fabric. Oh, these black ones aren't showing it very well. Let me get these gray ones out. These are like fall maternity leggings. And what they have, here we go, okay, all this like stretchy panel, okay, all this does is give a ton of stretch and allows them to sell these and allows for people not to grow out of them, okay? So I wore those maternity leggings last time I was pregnant. I wore them from like week 8 to like the end, okay? Because they were so stretchy. This is another point about the leggings class. You must use a high quality knit, okay? It's gotta be a fabric that you could see leggings being made out of. It can't be too thin. it has to stretch all ways, just like we say in the class, okay? It's very important that the fabric be appropriate, okay? Otherwise, it's not going to work. If I had made these leggings out of something less stretchy, they wouldn't be doing all this double duty for me. They wouldn't be accommodating my belly. My belly is 43 inches, okay? I measured it the other day and broke the internet, right? In case any of you remember. And I think my waist, it was around like 35, 36, something like that. So that's a difference of 13 inches, just about, okay? And it's accommodating that because we tell you to use 50 to 70% stretch. And, you know, kind of the more substantial your knit is, the nicer look you're going to get around that crotch and that bum area, okay? The more modest of a look you will get. You won't have clinging around the genitalia area, okay? So if that's something you're looking to avoid, keep that in mind. The other thing that can make you look like stuff like is, you know, showing and folding and being not modest is if you've got too much fabric across, running horizontally in the front, and that's where this crotch curve comes in. So I know we say that your first pair of leggings is sort of like a muslin or a test pair, and that's very true, but don't be afraid to maybe get a little more brief in the crotch area in that curve than you would think. And Sandy said this. She was like, oh, I drafted it correctly first, and then I was like a little afraid, And what I think people are afraid of is they're like, whoa, wait a minute, I'm going flat for so long here. Flat for so long in my thigh area. Well, you know what? That's what your pants gotta do down there. They go flat, okay? Oh, Betsy mentioned, she says she used a cotton interlock for her muslin. She doesn't think it had any spandex, and the knees got kind of droopy after wearing for a while. Yeah, I think, I don't know if it says this in the class, but you do need to have spandex in these. And Lindsay also did this. She was like, oh, I used a cotton knit for my first ones, and they were kind of like droopy in the crotch area is where they were. And then she made them out of like spandex, and she put the two photos side by side. Same pattern, different fabric, totally different look. The ones with spandex looked better. It's okay to do this, but you just need to, you know, meet your expectations to your materials, you know, and know, oh, these got droopy in the knee. This is why. Different bodies might handle the different fabrics differently too, okay? So keep that in mind. And Betsy says, yes, it does say that. I just wanted to use that fabric. Go for it, Betsy. Just don't, you know, we've had a few instances where people are like, these don't work. And it's like, well, we're dealing with more than one problem here. It's not just a drafting issue. It can be a fabric issue. So don't give yourself too much fabric across that crotch area. Make that curve nice and brief, okay? Make that curve close to your right angle. Also, a lot of people have underestimated the rise that they need for their leggings. It can be a nice idea, and this is something we don't say in the class that we might go back and add. For your first pair, it might be a good idea for you to draft them at your natural waist. Just go ahead, give it a try, because some people aren't giving themselves enough height in the leggings. They're like, oh, I'm to fit down here. And then they're trying to pull them up so that they stay. And depending on your belly, on your distribution of fat and muscle, how your body is shaped, if you've got a pair of pants hitting you at like a wider part, you know, unless you make them like really, really, really tight, they might want to roll down. So that can be something to do. Bethany says, can she use the flexible curve from the dressmaker's box to do her crotch curve? Yes, it's not quite the same use for the flexible curve that everyone thinks about, okay? I mean, to be honest, you can freehand the curve. We've done it, okay? So you know, you just really need that nice close curve. So if you see ZD's curve in the class, think about her curve, and then if you've got more flatness running away from the center of your pattern, that's fine. The flatness is fine. Don't try to connect these 2 points with your curve if you get all that extra fabric. You'll not have a nice look, okay? And Gabrielle says that is my problem. I think she's talking about the rise. Yeah, don't underestimate your rise. We had somebody do this at the Common Threads event. She's I don't know if she owns or she's like president of Riley Blake Fabrics. Her name is Cindy. And she was wearing a pair of pants, like woven khakis, okay? So, yeah, Gabrielle says that is her problem. Yeah, so listen to this. So she was wearing these khakis, and we measured her, and we were measuring people like while they were in line for dinner, and then we were freehanding their pattern onto big Post-it note paper, okay? And she said, yeah, you know, I like where these pants are, okay? And so we just took her at her word, and we used that for the rise. So after we did that, she tried on her leggings, and they were a little low. She was like, oh, these might be a little low. And you know what we did? We didn't have any elastic. We hadn't like brought that with us because we didn't know we'd be drafting leggings for the entire world. And we added like a wide, I'm talking like finished, I think 3 or 4 inches, self fabric waistband to those leggings. So we just made them taller. And that self fabric waistband was smaller. So they held up for her, but it was like, oh, you know, the rise of your woven pair of pants, the rise of like your jeans, might not be the appropriate rise for the leggings, okay? And this is something you find out, and this is a-okay. And you know, when you ask questions, we'll answer them. And then a self fabric waistband, a few of you more experienced stitchers have done this already. Fabulous. And we are going to publish a blog post about how to do the waistband. Yes, and Gabrielle and Mom are both like, ham hot waistband, you know. So yeah. So if you do ever draft yourself a pair and you're like, oh man, I just made these too short, there is a fix for it. Don't, you know, if they fit you well everywhere else, don't throw them away or anything like that. So I've seen some beautiful pictures of some made to measure leggings. I changed leggings for you. I don't know if Riley is watching today, but I'm going to be a little angry. I know there are toddlers watching. A little angry if Riley wasn't watching today because I changed my leggings. You can't see this, but there are all these cords like right over there where I had to walk, and I was very careful, and I didn't knock anything over like myself or a very expensive TV or anything like that. So anyway, I'm very proud of myself. But yeah, I'll just stand up one more time in these leggings. And show you, like, I mean, big belly, guys. Like, really big. Okay? So, that's large. From the front, looking good. In my feed, there's like a shadow around my crotch. But I think you guys can see it better. Because, like, the comments, you all are commenting, and it's coming up over my crotch, is what I'm trying to say here. So... Alright. And I got my crop top rolled up here so you can see what's going on. But anyway, yeah. That is my my crotch curve and maternity legging live broadcast. And Jacqueline says, I love those leggings, Mallory. Well, I didn't make them. Mom did in the class, actually. These are the leggings that she finishes, that she does in like the ZD's How to Construct Leggings the ZD Way. These are the leggings that she did in that class, and then she made a pair for herself too that she tried on to mark the hems, etc. So yeah, these leggings are fabulous. And you know what? Okay, don't mean to drag this on for too long, but since my rise is really the one thing I really changed here, like to make it taller to accommodate my belly, I believe that when I'm not pregnant anymore and I change sizes and I go down, that I'm going to be able to like cut these off and maybe take them in just a little bit at the front, and I will be able to wear these leggings when I'm not pregnant. How cool is that? So, yeah. So these leggings, these maternity leggings, if you're going to make yourself a pair of maternity leggings, I'd really recommend getting something that is very, very stretchy, okay? that's going to be the biggest thing that makes them last. I mean, I made those double brush poly ones, and I thought, oh, I'll have to make another one, like make another pair of leggings in a month or so, and I can't believe that they have lasted this long. And it says on my pattern, it says drafted at 17 weeks pregnant, and I'm 29 now. So that's a long time. I mean, that is a really long time for those leggings to last, and I'm very happy with it. So you don't have to use double brush poly. You can use anything, but really make sure it's got a lot of stretch, and that will really, really just, you know, increase the longevity of that piece of clothing so that you can keep wearing it. And then Karen says, I wore my maternity leggings till long after. Yeah, I mean, I did too. But these might not shrink down as much as those. You know, the maternity leggings, it's like they have this topper in them that's like, it feels like pantyhose, doesn't it? Like it's like a mesh, you know, sort of. And I didn't like that this time around. It's kind of bugging me, you know. So anyway, you can make them out of whatever you want. And yeah, so I will be live again on Wednesday and Thursday of this week, and I'll be discussing, we're going to start a new challenge in August. So I think I'm going to talk about a couple other leggings things this week, and then we'll talk about our month of making underwear, undergarments, whatever you like to call them. We'll talk about that. So, yeah. All right. You all have a fabulous day. I hope you get something sewn today. I'm going to be packing orders and sew here boxes and things like that. And you can follow us on Instagram. We're ZD's Sewing Studio and the Self-Sewn Wardrobe. And yeah. All right. Time to get to work. It's Monday. Got to get things going. Y'all have a lovely day.